Alright, so we're going to solve x to the negative 2 minus 9x to the negative 1 plus 8 equals to 0. So our equation is in standard form. Then going back to step 2 again, we're going to substitute a variable in for the expression that follows b in the second term. So the expression that follows b in the second term is x to the negative 1. So we're going to plug x to the negative 1 in for our quadratic equation. Okay, so now that we are substituting, we're plugging in negative 1 into our empty parentheses. We're going to let u equals to x to the negative 1. So now where we see negative 1, x to the negative 1, we're going to plug in the variable u. So we have u squared minus 9u plus 8 equals to 0. And then we're going to solve, and just by looking at this equation, we can solve by factoring. So let's set up our template, and we have u and u, and we're looking for factors of 8, positive 8, that when we add those factors we get negative 9. So that would be negative 1 and negative 8. So we have u minus 1 times u minus 8. We're going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve. U minus 1 equals to 0, therefore u is 1. U minus 8 is equal to 0, therefore u is equal to 8. Now, are we finished? No, we're not, because the equation is asking us to solve for x. And as we solve for x, what we're going to go back and do is replace x to the negative 1 in for the variable u. We're going to replace that. So x to the negative 1 is equal to 1. Where we see u, replace that with x to the negative 1 equals to 8. Now, how would we go about solving for this? Well, x to the negative 1, remember we talked about in previous class, the intermediate algebra class, we talked about what happens when you have a power that's raised to a power that is a negative exponent. Well, we have to take the reciprocal. Well, we can rewrite x to the negative 1 as 1 over x. So here we have 1 over x is equal to 1. If you want to make this one on the right hand side a fraction by placing a 1 under it, you can place a 1 under it. And then cross multiply. And we have cross multiply 1 times 1, we have 1. And then x times 1, we have 1x. So here we have a solution of 1. And then the second equation, x to the negative 1, we have 1 over x to the first power. We just say x is equal to 8. And we can place a 1 under that and cross multiply. 1 times 1, we have 1. X times 8, we have 8x. And then solve for x here, we're going to divide by 8. Therefore, x is equal to 1/8. So those are our solutions right there.